Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel D Creations Resources. Today we are going to talk about dispersion. Now, let us first try to understand why is it necessary to study dispersion. So when it comes to statistics contains different sets of data and the data must have been collected for a specific purpose and then it is to be analyzed and interpreted so that you can make some decisions based on that, right? Now, the simplest kind of analysis is finding a representative value for a given data. So, this is called a measure of central tendency. Now, it could be of three kinds. There could be mean, which is average, or there could be mode, or there could be median. So, all of you know how to find out mean. For example, you just take an average. That means if there are five different data points, you add them up and then divide by 5 and that gives you average. So in similar way you have similarly there are ways to find the mode and there are ways to find the median. Finding mode is simplest because it's just the number that appears most often in a set of data, so you can write it just by observation. Finding median is also not difficult. You just have to arrange the numbers either in ascending or descending order. And if the number of observations is odd, then the median is going to be n plus 1 by 2 number. For example, if there are 7 numbers, then it will be 7 plus 1 by 2. That means the fourth number in your numbers arranged would be the median. But if the number of observations is even, then the median is the mean of the n by 2th number and n by 2 plus 1th number. So for example, if there are 6 observations, obviously there is no one central number, right? So 6 by 2 is 3. So it is going to be the average of third as well as fourth number when they are organized in ascending or descending order. So this is median. Now someone would wonder that already there are these ways of finding the central tendency. Then why do you need to go further for some little more complex concepts such as dispersion? Let us, for to understand this, let us take example of data sets, right? So let us say that there are two classes, class A and class B, and there are 10 students each in both the classes, and let us have a look at the marks earned by the students. So I want you to note down the marks. Let's first take class A, and the marks earned are 31, 90, 1, 63, 43, 79, 31, 4, 118, 70. So this was an exam of 120 marks and these are the marks earned by the 10 students in class A. Now note down the marks for the 10 students in class B. 52, 47, 47, 51, 52, 54, 57, 61, 56, 53. Now even from the observation you can note that in class A there are a range of marks, right? There are students earning only 1 mark and there are even students earning 118 marks. So there's a lot of diversity amongst the students. While if you look at class B, most of them have got marks in a very short range. That is, the marks are pretty similar for all of them. That means in that class there's not too much of diversity as far as the marks are going, right? But are you able to understand this through the central tendency? If you try to take mean, then you will find that in both the cases the mean comes out to be 53 and even the median is coming out to be 53. So that is not telling you the difference between the two classes. So analysis involves everything, and central tendency will give you some information, but this information about variation in the marks is not understood from central tendency. That means we need another concept, we need to understand it in a different manner, and that is where dispersion comes into picture. So measure of dispersion is going to help you understand the spread of the data, or the variation in the data. So this is a very important statistical concept, the dispersion. And there are different measures of dispersion. Of course, we'll look at them in detail in a later episode. But right now, I can just tell you the names. There's range, or there's quartile deviation, there's mean, there's standard deviation. Again, we are going into details of standard deviation. A lot of emphasis has been given here in the episode, so that also is going to be helpful for you. But that is why only one kind of analysis is not sufficient, and in research, especially when you have data, this kind of spread out is very necessary to be known. Or for example, if you're synthesizing nanoparticles, you want to find the size dispersion, whether they are monochromatic or if they are polychromatic, what is the size dispersion, how much do they vary. So all this will be studied under measure of dispersion. Thank you.